The Spriggan were severed from the face in the deep, and their existence was put under constant threat by the children of the worm. Thus, they sought out their brethren, the Entaa'niri, who counseled and instructed them on the path that lie ahead. For the face in the deep had not borne them in futility, though the seed had withdrawn. Her children were not abandoned. The Entaa'niri told the Spriggan they must not believe all was lost, or even that this was a day of defeat. Instead, they were to reach out across all of Noah in triumph, ensuring that life would spread throughout the planet, enduring on its own now that the seed of life was no longer giving direct aid. They warned the Spriggan against despair, knowing that the face in the deep had made them of tender heart, in a way the Entaa'niri did not possess. They would carry the face of the deep to every corner and cavern, as soldiers and signal bearers. For the great worm was not the only evil in their world, as the foe of life will ever be death, no matter the form each takes. Yet the Spriggans still bore great concern, doubting they could journey to each of the broken fountains of creation the seed had made. How would they find these hollows that lie scattered across Noah's face? To this, the Entaa'niri spoke of the first purpose of the Verdant Shards. Though the seed was no longer working through the great roots, many lesser roots remained throughout the body of Noah. Of great aid to the Spriggan would be those that pathed just below the surface of the planet, known collectively as the world root. The roots of this weaving growth were thin in body, without great power when compared to the roots that ran out from the seed of life itself. Thus, it avoided interest from the great worm or his basilisks. The Verdant Shards would open the pathways of the world route, transporting the Spriggan great distances in a moment's time. These points of passage became known as the Wandering Stones, a namesake which endures to this day, as does their usage, which has fallen, largely to druids and those of their ilk. Near to some of the Wandering Stones, the Spriggan began their custodianship of the land, developing domains known as groves. In time, they would resist foes too extraordinary to list, and would restore what was lost while guiding mortal kind on how to lean on nature without destroying it. Their role would diminish over time, as creation found its footing apart from even their aid. But they must always be ready to war on behalf of the face in the deep, a charge they would take up with deadly fervor over countless centuries of existence. Thus, the Spriggans spread across the globe, not as orphans, but wanderers.